After months on the hard and countless hours slaving away in the boatyard, we finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel. For the most part, things had gone smoothly, but sometimes old Delos threw us a little curveball.
It'll either go smoothly or we're one broken bolt away from like a major disaster.
2 steps forward, 1 step back, or is it 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step, I don't know. No progress.
But with our splash date fast approaching, there was no time to lose. So let's get cracking.
Look who decided to fly in. Ryan is here!
Coming to help out, get you guys ready to go across the Pacific Ocean.
Yes,
so real excited. Happy to be back.
And because Mom is taking care of Sierra, me and Brian decided to go for a provisioning run. So they have like a Sam's Club here, which is a pretty decent store, and you can get more like bulk stuff there. It's still a little bit until we like leave, but I decided to do all like the dry stuff and all the drinks and all that things, so then I can, while Mom has Sierra still, I can put everything away and get majority of the kind of provisioning done, because it's a lot of work. There will probably be one more run, and then we need to do like fresh stuff and frozen stuff and so on. But we will do that like 2 days before we leave.
Today is the day that I'm going to start the last major project, which is the transmission. So I've been hunched over in the engine room for pretty much a solid 2 weeks now. Been working on the saltwater manifold, replacing parts on the generator, installing the new water maker, and other odds and ends, cleaning up. And now today, finally, I'm going to start the transmission. And so it'll either go smoothly or we're one broken bolt away from like a major disaster. So fingers crossed, holding thumbs, as Karen does in Sweden. All right, here we go. I did read the manual. So apparently the order of operations are remove the starter, because I need to access to the flywheel, and the bell housing's got to come off. Turn the power off, disconnect those wires, starter's right there. Next step is unbolt the coupling. So this is the Vetus coupling that connects the transmission, which is right here, to the ML C drive. And we actually need to push the whole motor back. So once I get that coupling undone, the whole motor needs to shift back enough that I can get the transmission out, which means I need to undo the motor mount. These are the tight fellas. It's pretty hefty bolt there, huh? Anyway, 3 down. And once I get that done, then I should be able to unbolt the transmission here, and then it should pop off. It's not that heavy. It's about 60 or 70 pounds. And I don't think I need to move it very much. Just maybe an inch or something. 10 centimeters, we'll say. And I tried to move it with myself, and I tried to move it with a pry bar. It's heavier than I thought. Went to the neighbors, see if they had come along. They don't. I don't need to pick up the whole engine. I just need to take enough weight off so that I can move it. Maybe I could use the mizzen. I got really excited about the mizzen idea until I realized that I would have to take down the Dodger and the solar panels and this door off too, because otherwise the halyards would come down and like hit that. And so I opted for the old railroad tie trick, and I've got a couple of blocks with a 6-to-1 purchase. I can use 2 of those, and we'll see how that does. It's a big heavy motor, and we're trying to get it to scoot backwards.
2 guys, 1 engine room.
That's right.
What happens in the engine room stays in the engine room.
You guys are so cozy down there.
Thanks, guys. Why don't you come on down, join the party. Now I've got some weight off. Didn't take all the weight off, just enough to lighten it up a little bit, and I can try and nudge it with this pry bar. Yeah, so that's the coupling part adapter that came out. Oh, there she goes. That was easy.
There it is.
There it is. Oh, I guess I can put it up here, huh? Whose is that?
What's your first impressions? Any gears look like it's...
I think all the problems are inside. So the way it works is this is where the power comes from the motor.
Okay.
There's a flywheel right here, and there's something called a harmonic dampener or balancer. I'll show you, I have a new one, but it sort of like absorbs energy when you put it in gear, so it's not a shock to the system. And then this is the gear. No, that's not the gear, that's just a bracket. This is the gear shift.
Ah.
So reverse, forward, I'm not sure which one is which.
Yeah. So that's
Sounds-
the part that is getting a bit.
I mean, when it no longer locks in gear, right? So this, that should be locked in gear right there, right? It shouldn't be able to spin, and I can spin it with my hand. That should be neutral, so you can hear how there's not that grinding noise.
Yeah.
And then that should be locked in gear there too.
Interesting.
So there's definitely,
Something not wrong.
yeah.
So today I think it's a pigtail kind of day because we are painting the bottom today. Really exciting, and one of the, I think, more satisfying boat jobs because you can really see kind of the, you know, like how the paint goes on. We just first gonna wipe down the whole hull with acetone to get all the grease and stuff off. I haven't done in quite a few years since Sierra arrived basically, and I think this is one of the best jobs you can do on the boat in the yard. Yeah, because it's so satisfying.
I love painting the bottom of this boat, especially since all the work we do on it, and then this is like the grand finale essentially, so
Yeah.
I'm excited about today.
Nice.
It's crazy to think about the couple hundred, well, at least over 100,000 miles of water that's been split right here.
We decided to go with like just a normal hard paint this time, so let's slap it on.
We've tried a lot of different Anifal paints over the years, from pure silicone to ultrasonic to environmentally friendly paints. You can find a review of our results in this video. They've all worked out to varying degrees, and some better than others. But since we're planning across the Pacific, with hull outs few and far in between, and thousands upon thousands of miles of ocean to cross, we decided to go with a standard, hard copper paint with dual biocides to fight the soft growth. As always, we'll report back and let you know how it worked out for us.
Almost done with the first coat. Looks really good, I think. It comes on pretty thick. We've used, 2 gallons already? So hopefully we should have enough.
I got a great idea. That was so much fun. How about we do it again?
Yay!
Let's do it again.
So we've done 2 coats now, and then we have enough paint to do 1/3 coat on like the forward of the keel, the forward of the rudder, like the front of the boat basically. Things that hold up the boat is called jack stands. So when we take those off, when we go in the sling to go in the water, we do it a little earlier so we have time to put on like 2 coats on those kind of like little squares and stuff, and also under the keel where these logs are. We have like almost a can left, so that should be enough to do that, and then the bottom paint is done. It was really fun. Brian is still working on the transmission upstairs, but I haven't heard that much cursing, so I hope he's doing good up there.
Hi.
Is it harder or easier than you thought?
It's going smoothly. It's more work though. We have an oil leak, and so while I'm replacing the transmission, I decided I have to take off the bell housing, which has been a big job I've been working on. That's this right here. So this is the back part of the motor, and this is what supports the weight of the motor. So I've got it held up with basically what we use to tie down the dinghy, this giant railroad tie. But that came off, no bolts broke, and now I've got to take off the flywheel, which is the big geared. Can you see it right there?
Yeah.
So that's what the starter hooks onto, and then behind that is the crankshaft, and then I think that's the oil seal is what I'm trying to get after to replace.
not entirely a comfortable position though.
No. Oh, is that heavy? Oh God, don't break your back. Oh.
Look at this. That turned out pretty nice. So this is the bell housing, motor mount, flywheel goes in here, starter attaches here. Now it's time to install it. So first step is to replace the oil seal. But this is the guy that's been leaking. You can see where it's been leaking down here and just dripping down. There's a special Volvo tool for pulling that seal, which of course I do not have. It's probably expensive and I'm never gonna get it. So I'll just use my picks, get it out, press the seal in very carefully, lubricate it with a little bit of oil, and then the flywheel goes on after that. And then the bell housing and the starter, and then everything starts to go. All right, so this is the new one. Damper plate, whatever it's called. I've got these new bolts. You would not believe what they charged for these things, these special shoulder bolts. It was $144 for 5 of these. Okay, bell housing going on. I know it's not Volvo green, but they didn't have Volvo green at AutoZone. So whatever. It's 40. There we go. That's 50. 50 is good. So these are the flexible couplings for the Vetus coupler here. They fit on here. You can see how, I guess you're supposed to replace these every, I don't know, 3,000 hours or something, I think I read. I've never replaced it, so it's got a lot of miles on there. They're done though.
That was a solid day's work, guys.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, the boat is starting to look really good, and I've had a lot of fun today. Painting with Ryan. You're a very fast painter. I feel like I'm a very slow painter.
He hustles. He's a hustler.
Yeah. You also have a lot more upper body strength than I do. I feel like my upper body strength is about a 0 and Ryan's is probably like about a 10.
Wow.
Maybe I'm a 1.
No.
Maybe a 2. Anyways, yeah. Today was a good day and we're back at it tomorrow. Hi guys, hope you're enjoying the boat work video so far. It's actually pretty cold today and really windy, so I'm wearing my trusty and super comfy Delos hoodie and also my hat. We sell all of these things and a lot more stuff like koozies, towels, t-shirts, and yeah, rash guards, a lot more things in our shop. So if you want to check it out, head on over to svdelos.com/shop. Okay, now back to the show.
So yesterday, Karen and I put on the 2 coats on the bottom, and looking over it this morning, it looks great. And luckily, it's coming off like a champ. Perfect. All cleaned up. Prop cutter looks good. It's time to take the zincs off, switch them up. New zinc.
And then 2 weeks had flown by, and it was time to say goodbye to Mom.
What are we gonna tell the Nugget? The truth. More and more had to go back to Sweden.
Yeah, to take care of the dogs. That's what I decided. She's gonna be so sad when she wakes up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad when I wake up.
No.
Yeah.
You're awake right now?
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Have a safe flight back, huh?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Sleep tight again.
With slow progress being made, we decided it was time for a mental health break. So we cranked up our host Tom's buggy and hit the dunes for a bit of sandy fun.
rain this morning for the first time ever in Rocky Point. But the good news is that it's cool weather and it's a good day to put the transmission in. So I'm gonna get back into my home office here. Ta-da! Okay, thank you. Ready? Bonk. There she is. So it's in. Transmission's bolted in. That went pretty smoothly. And the next step is to align it, which I've never done before. I found the specs online for this special Amel alignment tool, and I had it machined. The idea is that this is a kind of a flexible coupling, and if you don't get it properly aligned, it'll cause excessive vibration, which will destroy this coupling here. And so instead of using that coupling, you're supposed to use the solid coupling, and then you kind of align everything and then bolt it down, and then you put the flexible coupling in. Although I'm not really sure how to do it, so I'm gonna have to like play around with it a while and see what makes sense. I figured out how this alignment piece works. It fits on here, and then this shaft right here underneath this coupling slides inside of that. And so if you can get those two pieces to coincide, then you know that the engine and the transmission and then the MLC driver aligned. The only problem is this part has never been off of this shaft, and so it's got 20 some odd years of corrosion. And I've been blasting it with the PB blaster. Hasn't really helped. And I think what I need to do, there's a shaft here and then there's a key inside of here, so I need to get, I think, a gear puller, which will fit on there and then hopefully wrap around this, and then I'll tighten it down and pop it off. The only problem is, of course, the transmission's in the way. So gotta pull the transmission out again.
2 steps forward, 1 step back, or is it 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step, I don't know.
No progress.
Repeating.
So unfortunately, this thing is not big enough because this collar is on here. And so I can't get the gear puller to sit in this groove here. I'm thinking about tying this piece to these. These are pretty sturdy, and they go right into this piece. So I might tie it with Dyneema. That's like crazy strong, right? Instead of using the pullers, and just see if that'll do something. We're gonna resort to fire now. There's a chance that it'll destroy this seal on the front, but I really feel like I need to get this piece off to align it. I think it's time to call it. If I keep on wrenching on it, I'm definitely gonna break something. I think what we're gonna do is taking this whole piece off. We can hopefully take this to a machine shop. They can put a piece of plate metal in here and then put a hydraulic press on this side and hopefully press this off. It's really easy on the press? Oh, good. Maybe I loosened it up for you.
It took a 50-ton press to get the coupling off the shaft.
So do you think the key was just rusty or seized, or?
Maybe rusty.
Rusty.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good it didn't break.
We spent the next few hours dismantling the entire assembly so that I could replace the oil seals as well.
Cool.
Hey.
Perfecto.
Está bueno.
Eso tiene.
Está bueno. Este que no sirve.
Yeah, this is mucho viejo.
Ese
Más de 20 años.
Sí.
So, brittle? No?
Sí.
Alex, the guy at the machine shop, did a pretty good job. Him and I'm not sure who the other person was, but super nice. They got it apart, and now I'm in search of the proper seal. So I've got this thing. I got a new seal for the front. We got it pressed back together. And now it is time to see if we can fit this bad boy in here.
8+ on average. Before like crappy dumps.
The day has come. It's not too much wind today, it's a little bit of wind. But we're gonna try to put the sail up.
Be bad now.
Sails up. Precision Sails is now doing sheets. So these sheets are from Precision. They did a really nice job with them. They come pre-whipped on the ends, which saves us a bit of work and is very nice. And yeah, they're good quality synthetic. We went down 2 millimeters. They used to be, were they 16 mil? And these are 14 mil. 16 mil is great, but it's a lot of line to coil and work with, and it's the biggest size it can fit through our blocks.
I like this better.
These will be a little easier to work with, and they're plenty strong because they're all synthetic fibers.
Ow, they're really hot. Yay, job,
Just doing a little rig inspection. It's fucking windy today, but I want to do it now just in case I do find something. I have time to order parts and fix it. I'm just gonna check all the pins, looking for obvious defects, cracks, bent pins, anything out of the ordinary. We've been working hard for days now, and today we're gonna do something a little bit special. We're gonna have a little party for our patrons at a bar just 1 block away, and people are starting to show up.
Yep.
This is Grady,
Yep,
right?
Grady
From Tucson, where I used to live.
And my wife Becky's in the car down
Becky's in the car, and Grady brought me a little care pack, which is the coolest thing because it has everything you could need, like shop towels. We got marine wire, which is super useful because you can't get that down here.
Yep.
Heat shrink, butt connectors. What else we got in here? Some big zip ties.
Oh, and those are reusable zip ties.
Oh, those are sweet.
Yeah, you can
Look at that. We got, this is what I'm really excited about. We got Girl Scout cookies, 2 boxes, and another box, and we got COVID tests too. Thank you for that.
Well, I figured, that stuff comes in handy, and if not, you can always barter and trade with somebody. So.
No, definitely. And we'll see you, we'll see you this afternoon for the fiesta.
Cool beans.
Well, you go get a fish sandwich.
We'll go get a fish sandwich.
And we're on our way to a bar called Scully's, and we're gonna have a little patron meetup.
Hopefully there'll be a few people that can make the trip, and we're just gonna have beers and chat. Because it's kind of hard to get here, right? There's no airport, in fact, and so it's like a 4 or 5 hour drive from Phoenix, crossing the border into Mexico.
It's actually really cool when it's kind of smaller groups too, because you can be like, you just really get to know people in a different way. So yeah, I'm super stoked, and I think it's gonna be maybe like 20 people or something, which is perfect.
I'm Mark.
John.
We are from Phoenix.
I'm Ben. This is Joe.
I'm Joe. We're actually here from Puerto Penasco. We live here full time.
It's our Friday night show. It's like, they're superstars for us.
My name's Dave, and I won a crew contest and got to sail with Ryan and Karen and Brady and Blue back then.
How's the sail so far?
It's really beautiful so far.
Yeah,
it's nice when you shut off the motor, it's so nice and peaceful.
It was definitely a life-changing experience hanging out with those guys.
If you'd like to support our project and get lots of cool benefits like direct messaging with us, invites to Patreon-only events, and much, much more, please visit patreon.com/svdelos. Thanks so much for making these videos possible.
Wow.
Very cool.
Today has come. Ryan is leaving us.
I believe it! Has it been 2 weeks of hard work?
How many times have you been up to us?
This is my 12th time with you guys, and every time is amazing. So
Super Ryan strikes again.
I know, right?
A month we've spent here together in Puerto Penasco.
Yeah.
We got so much done.
So much done.
So much done.
So much done. All right, see you guys.
Say hi to the fam.
Bye.
Have a safe trip back.
Bye! Now he's just back to us.
I know, such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He did so much work. He helped us out so much. Super Ryan. And thank you, Jenna and Ayla, for letting him come and spend time with us. It's crazy. He takes 2 weeks out of his life to come here and basically like bust his ass from early in the morning, all day long, evening, just working on the boat with me every single day. Incredible. What a guy. We had a little going away party last night.
Yeah.
With all of our friends. We're all sort of splitting ways. It's the end of buddy boating
I know.
season. It's just gonna be the three of us for a while.
You know, we have a little bit more projects and then we're out, huh?
Close.
Let's do this.
Back to it, back to my hole in the engine room. We're in early today because I'm basically where I was 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, 5 days ago. So I've lost 5 days. So here's the coupler. I'm gonna go ahead and put this together so I know how long the thing is in total, but these go on the end of this.
Good, the bottom looks great. What are you working on now? We're painting the whole deck.
Are you?
Yeah, so the deck's got a bunch of lines up here where the boards come together.
Now that this, we've got the coupler off of here, this is the alignment tool. And so the way it works is it's got this concentric groove, and here's the back of the transmission. You can see how it has this part, this indent, and so this is supposed to fit in there. So that kind of like centers it like that. And then this part is supposed to fit on that shaft. And so if you can get those two parts to go together, then it's in alignment. There's not a lot of instructions on this, so I'm kind of making it up as I go and doing what common sense tells me to do. But I think what I should do is I'm gonna need to bring the engine forward, get this part to align. Here's the alignment tool, and you can see how it's so close, but it's just barely off. And so even if it's off that much, it will cause vibration, which will destroy that flexible coupling. I've loosened the transmission mount bolts, and now I'm going to use a pry bar and brute force to try and position the motor mounts and everything, just to get it all to line up. That gap closes and stays closed. So that's where I want it right there. A final alignment test. There it is. I think what I have to do is tighten that gearbox down. The motor's in a fixed position, so I think I take the motor mount bolts out again. Now that I know that it's in the right place, scoot the engine back because this coupling won't come off, right? Bingo. Yeah, and then bring it forward, put the coupling on, bring it forward, do all that. So it's a challenge. It's a lot of work. It's been a couple hours already, but I'll get it. Okay, I didn't actually show it because I got super frustrated, but I had to take the transmission off again for the third time. The reason being is because it's such a tight fit on the shaft here. I needed to be able to get something in here to tap it and tap it down, and so I had to use this piece of wood and this hammer, and of course with the transmission there I couldn't do it, so took the transmission off, tapped that back on. It's now where it should be, which is good. The gearbox here hasn't moved, and now I've got to put the coupling together, and then you can see how far back. Here's the hole for the engine, and I need to move it to there, so I'll pull this whole thing forward, and then hopefully that'll be it. Hopefully, third time's a charm, maybe. I think I've got some good news. Check it out. Transmission bolted to the engine, bolted to the coupling, which is bolted to this gearbox for the MLC drive, and everything is in there and lined up, and it's honestly a huge relief. Now let's just hope that I did everything right. So I've never done this before, so we'll see. I'm gonna continue bolting down the engine. I gotta put the transmission cooler on, bolt some other things on, clean up a little bit, but that feels good. We're gonna call that a win for today. All right. Oh, I gotta put transmission fluid in it. I can't forget that. Could you imagine if I forgot to put transmission fluid in it? Ugh, stupid.
All right, it's the last day. I can't believe it. It's been a marathon. I mean, since we got here, it's been 30 or 40 straight days. I can't even remember which, but it's been a lot. We had a choice of going back in the water either tomorrow, or we had to wait another week because the tides are so big here. The only time we could do it is tomorrow in the afternoon or the following week. So I'm just doing last minute odds and ends.
With Splash Day fast approaching, it's a race to the finish. Up next on Delos, we're back in the water, and we have one heck of a sail blasting south in high winds and waves.
Ramo canzi, ramo leke, ramo golle, ramo so.